Hi, this is Charlotte Gill, Research Librarian for Law at Singapore Management University, with your weekly research tip. Now, we've all encountered the problem of trying to locate foreign law materials using search engines like Google, especially primary material. So where is a good place to start? Well, one might start with our own SMU's Law Research Navigator. If you go beyond the homepage and look at the tabs at the top, you'll see there's a tab for country guides. Click on country guides and you'll see a list of countries for which we have created research guides. So for instance, if you are researching the United Kingdom, you could click on that guide and you would see for this particular guide we've laid out all the tabs according to the materials you might be trying to locate. For instance, case law. Clicking on the case law tab would highlight the databases for which SMU has a subscription to, in addition to free, reliable sites that will provide access to English case law. Of course, you can always submit an email to your research librarian and we'd be happy to assist you further if you're still unable to find what you're looking for. In addition to these guides, if you are looking for a particular country that's not available on the list, as we are still making our way creating more guides at this point in time, you may want to try one of these three guides on the left-hand side. Of the three of them, I would highly recommend Globalex. If you click on Globalex, it will direct you to this site, which is by NYU Law Hauser Global Law School Program. Now this site, the editor is a wonderful librarian called Marella, and if you look at, in particular, at the foreign law research page, what it consists of is research guides from Afghanistan all the way to Zimbabwe. So it's a very comprehensive list. And what is done is that faculty and law librarians from all over the world are invited to actually contribute the guides to these guides. Each of the guides follow more or less the same template. There'll be introduction to the legal system, websites to the significant government sites, as well as primary sources of law. And if sites are available for free on the internet, if they're available in English, etc. So these are very, very useful starting points. So for instance, if you were trying to look up France, you see here they actually have two guides. One is French law on the internet, the basics and free resources. And there's another guide for researching French law. These guides are frequently updated, so if you see an update link, you should click on the update to see the latest version. And if you look at the table contents, as I mentioned before, you'll see introduction to the legal system, parliament, official websites, ministries, etc. It covers legislation and case law. And very often you will see, for instance, if you were looking for French case law, it will tell you whether there are English translations. So if I click on that link, give you a short introduction and some notes, tell you if it's available and where you can locate it. All right, so these guides offer very, very good starting points. They are very useful for several reasons. The first is, as I mentioned, it's sometimes, for foreign jurisdictions, it's very hard to know where to start. Second of all, these guides are compiled by very knowledgeable individuals for these jurisdictions. And third, these guides prove useful when one of the hardest things to do for legal research is to know when to stop. So for instance, if you're looking for a free English translation of French law, and you find after reading the guide and several other sites that it actually, it's not available for that particular piece of legislation, then you're going to need to think of a plan B. Either you're going to have to pay for a translation or locate somebody in another library somewhere else who might be able to provide access to it. All right, so that's your research tip for the week. I hope you found it useful. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.